All right, everyone, and welcome to the Board Men Podcast, episode dos. For all you don't know, that's two in Spanish. Okay.
Yeah.
We have quite the episode ahead of us. This will probably, I'm going to try to keep it an hour 30 tops, but we have a ridiculous amount of news today. Today I'm joined by the one, the only, the infamous Adam.
So
There you go. He still doesn't have a webcam. Hopefully next week he gets his webcam. You're gonna see his beautiful face.
yeah.
We got Chrysosaurus Rex here on the podcast.
Yeah, Chrysosaurus.
We have Childish Gambino in the background. We love to see it. We got Real today.
Yo,
He stays
Real's
today.
here.
Hopefully,
Real's able to stay for longer than 5 minutes without getting kicked out every 5 minutes.
I'm pretty confident that I'll be here the whole time.
And last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Nike Nas.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Ooh, that was close. Wow, that was like right in my ear. Okay, so
More, my guy.
we are here today to talk about a lot of topics. The episode is named is Marvel Mania, and I think that's quite the apropos name for how many fucking topics we have to talk about Marvel. So, but before we get to that, the Game Awards were yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I myself didn't attend it. I don't think any of us did, but they have the results, the winners here. So I'll go off the different categories and stuff and the different games that won. So game of the year for like the overall game of the year was Last of Us Part 2. Very controversial because I think everyone had a bone to pick with Naughty Dog after The Last of Us Part 2.
well, I think it was like Wally was saying before this. I think the game itself is obviously worthy of it. Like
It wasn't a bad
gameplay, like gameplay and structure and
Mhm.
your options. I think the story is it can go both sides. I know some fans are happy they went, they took the risk, but I know a lot of them are very mad they did.
I think if you detach yourself from the original characters, I think you'd probably enjoy this story a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think there was a better game to come out this year.
Avengers.
Yeah, I was about to say we do have Marvel's Avengers.
Marvel. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. The best.
I
game
think
ever.
okay. The only problem is
World's greatest game.
I don't think there's gonna be a part 3, right? Like it's done. If
Last of Us?
yeah.
I don't know.
If there was gonna be a part 3, I feel like they should have killed Joe in the last one. But like killing him in the second one is not a good idea because people got too attached. It should be like a Tony Stark thing, like build them up to like where we get like a lot of arcs of him and then kill him at the end in a heroic way, not to like a golf club like Real was saying.
Yeah.
Keep hitting my mic. Yeah. I haven't played Last of Us Part 2, but I watched a walkthrough of it. And for me, if a game of the year is going to get the game of the year, the game of the year is going to get the game of the year title, I feel like it should be amazing in every aspect. And I guess the only aspect you can say that was not so good was the story. But I guess that's subjective. That's a subjective thing. I myself didn't enjoy the story. I know some people who do. So for me, it wouldn't be game of the year, but I understand why it got game of the year.
Yeah.
I get that. So I'm trying to see what I think it has the candidates underneath. Yeah, I think these are the other nominees. Sorry, Animal Crossing: New Horizons was almost up there with them.
Animal
Doom
Crossing
Eternal.
was on
Yeah, because Animal Crossing it like really blew up when it came out. So
there? I never even
Animal Crossing.
or seen gameplay of it. I just like heard of it.
It's
Animal Crossing,
okay.
Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima, however you want to
I
say
go
it,
hard.
and Hades.
Yeah,
Tsushima
I
go
heard that
hard.
was pretty lit.
Yeah, it hurts. Honestly, I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but I felt like that should have been game of the year just of how much praise I've gotten. Because you have that game that's just like all around praise, and then like there's like this whole community that are just hating on Last of Us Part
Dude,
2.
the cinematics for that game is insane. They look so beautiful.
Yeah. So honestly, I think Ghost of Tsushima should have
Because they
won.
Japanese,
but,
bro. They racist.
But Sony's Japanese, so they should have honestly pushed Ghost of Tsushima to win. But hey,
Facts.
that's our culture. Make it work.
That's cool cinematography.
So that was game of the year. Game direction, where they decided to go with the direction of the game, also went to Last of Us Part 2.
What
Okay.
did?
Last of Us Part 2 won game direction. The category game direction. Yeah, the direction they took with the game. That's with the game. So Last of Us Part 2 won.
Definitely
The other nominees were also Final Fantasy VII Remake. That one, the problem I have with the Final Fantasy VII Remake is like, yeah, they added new stuff to it, but it's still technically an old game.
I think they're dragging it, honestly. It just I feel like they're dragging it.
I think remakes should only be made for games that were like I think a game like San Andreas should be a remake. But like I don't think Final Fantasy VII needed to be remade, honestly.
Yeah, I know there's a whole community that like absolutely love Final Fantasies. Like I understand
I played like
where the hype comes from,
Facts.
where the fantasy comes from, but the fantasy where the love comes from. But it is what it is. We got Ghost of Tsushima again for game direction. Honestly, feel like that one should have won. Hades. I heard of Hades. I heard a lot of praise from Hades.
What is
It's
that?
kind of
I don't know what that is.
something to do with like Greek gods and stuff like that. It's like a
I
game
didn't hear
around
about that. Naz, you hear about that?
Nah, I haven't heard
No,
anything about no game called Hades. Otherwise, I would have been on that. I ain't gonna cap.
Another podcast I was watching, they were talking about it, and one of the guys was saying that's probably one of his game of the year. So I was like,
I gotta check it out
it
now.
sounded good.
What's
And
your guy-
last for that, the last one for that category was Half-Life Alex from Valve. That's probably the Half-Life games that they used the. I don't know if you ever played the Gmod games. That's what it's Gmod's based off of, those Half-Life things. Yeah.
Hades game is a dungeon crawler.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
no.
makes sense.
Daniel,
We got most anticipated game, Elden Ring from Bandai Namco. Don't know what Elden Ring is. Halo Infinite.
Okay.
That's funny because I'm pretty sure that got delayed.
I didn't even know they were still making Halo games.
Yeah, that was supposed to come out with the new Xbox release, but I guess they had it delayed.
Xbox.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, right. I was just about to say that shit. Xbox.
God of War sequel. Resident Evil Village. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel.
You gotta chill, real. I'm gonna spit out my tea, bro. No cap.
I genuinely thought they tried making like
I was about to start dying.
So let's see. We got a couple more. I'm not going to go through all of them. We have narrative, best narrative, Last of Us Part 2 again.
Oh my god.
Okay, sure. That one I definitely don't agree with. And then Final Fantasy's up there in the nominees, along with Ghost of Tsushima and Hades. Art direction, Ghost of Tsushima actually won this one.
As they should.
They got best
that makes
best
sense.
art direction. I've seen the game and it is pretty beautiful. So I definitely agree with that one. Score and music for best score and music, Final Fantasy VII won.
Okay.
I know Final Fantasy has like really good.
They usually do have pretty
music.
good music, yeah.
They have like really good
Naz, you played all of them?
original orchestrated music. So
No.
Say that again?
You played most of them, or
The
almost
Final
all of them?
Fantasies? I played
Yeah.
the beginning, like first like 2 or 3, and then after that I stopped. My brother used to always buy them, so I would always play those. But I haven't played like the recent ones. Like I think I stopped at like 14 or 15. One of those.
Are you a fan? You think it's good?
I do like Final Fantasy. I'm not a crazy hardcore fan. Like I ain't gonna be like, yo, I could tell you the entire story right now, word for word, monologue.
How many Final Fantasies are there?
Bro, there's like 16. Like 16 Final Fantasies. Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I know one of them has no. Actually, never mind. I think I'm thinking.
Final Fantasy has a cult following, bro. They have so much like
Yeah,
the people
they do.
who like it love it. Everything about it. I haven't heard them like complain about nothing. Like it's kind of crazy.
They had like mad people in roles with hoods on voting for them.
Well, to be fair, I heard Square Enix is actually very good with those games. Like I was looking at gameplay, I think from when 15 was coming out, and there was like even the driving option, and on top of all the stuff you could do, it's like
Mhm.
there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
But
if only
Square
could did that
Enix.
with. If only they could do that with Avengers.
I see
Oh,
why they were
dude.
picked though. They saved
Oh,
up their
just
career
bro.
for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
We'll
I
never,
like-
we'll never
They
let
made
that one
Final
go.
Fantasy, but fuck
I like
the
that.
Avengers, Square Enix.
Well, I know the Crystal Dynamics is like a subdivision of Square Enix, or not a subdivision, but they were like working with Square Enix. It's a different branch, so I'm pretty sure a different development team that worked on Avengers. But either way, Avengers still sucks. Okay, best performance for the games is none other than Laura Bailey,
Never mind, I thought
who
you said
voiced
other thing.
Abby in The Last of Us Part
Jeez.
2.
I mean, that's kind of. I can see that for acting.
Laura Bailey is a good voice actor. She played
Did you just say
MJ
Abby?
in Spider-Man.
Laura.
Abby, yeah, the really big muscular girl from Last of Us Part 2.
I was thinking of the main girl for some reason.
No, that's Ellie.
Nah,
Never
yeah,
mind.
She was a nominee, but she didn't win.
Isn't Abby the one
I
who
would've-
killed?
I've been fine with Abby.
Bill?
And
Ellie.
Najee, who played Miles, was
Yeah.
also nominated,
As he should.
but he didn't win.
Should have won.
Should have won.
Najee Jeterm. Honestly, yeah,
He did put a lot of good
I would
emotion.
agree. Because the thing is,
Facts.
to my knowledge, Laura Bailey didn't do the facial mocap of it, while Najee actually did his for Miles Morales. So
Yeah.
if we're looking for like overall performance, I kind of think Miles should win. And I know we kind of have a little bit of bias there because we love Spider-Man, but I don't know.
He did pretty
That's just
good,
my
man.
take
Ain't no
on
bias
it.
over here.
He did good.
Yeah, I ain't biased.
Best mobile game was Among Us.
Makes
That makes
sense.
sense.
TikTok.
Among Us is
blew
weird to
up
me though
Among Us.
because
Yep.
that's true. But what bothers me about the Among Us one is this game didn't even come out in 2020. It came out like 2 years ago, I believe. It's just starting to blow up now.
Mm.
And it died.
So I don't think
Was it
should
always
have been
free?
best game of 2020.
I think it was
I
only
believe so.
at first.
That's funny. I thought it came out this year.
I know it's money.
It's
You
just-
have to buy on PC because it's like so acclaimed on PC.
Oh
that it's
yeah,
like
you have to
$3.
buy it on PC. Yeah.
It's literally like $3. That's
So
not that
maybe
big.
it's because like now it's a
I bought
mobile
it, yeah.
game came out on PC 2 years ago.
I haven't played Among Us. in a
Yeah,
minute.
that could be the reasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Best VR game, the Half-Life game.
Never
Iron
played.
Man was one of the nominees, along with Dreams, I guess. Dreams in Star Wars.
Dreams got a VR?
Squadrons.
I was Iron Man. Barry. I know you played it.
The Iron Man's good. Iron Man's good. I didn't beat it though, but I enjoyed it. But I don't know, like I didn't finish the game, so it was cool. But it's like VR games are very limited. Like you can't do too much, so it's most of the time I'm just shooting drones and stuff like that the whole time. Okay, give me a sec. All right. Let's see. Action game, Hades. Action adventure game, Last of Us Part 2.
Tired of this damn game.
Whoop-de-doo. Best fighting game is Mortal Kombat 11.
I guess.
What else came out this year? I mean, I don't know any other fighting games.
Best sports/racing game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Whoop-de-doo. We did it, guys.
Tony Hawk.
Just
Bro,
like
I wanna play those games. The new Tony Hawk game that came out. I kinda wanna buy it.
Swing for Skate 4, honestly.
Yeah, I like the skates.
Skate 4, man, when that shit drops.
Game.
It's clip. It's
I'm gonna
clip.
buy that. That shit. That's gonna be
Clip.
fucking lit. Skate 3, bro. The halls of
Skate
meat.
3.
One of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, low key. I remember the underground one.
Love you would like lose your board. Yeah. I remember you would lose your board and then you kind of like you put your hand up and the fucking
Yeah.
board would come back to you like Thor's hammer, bro.
This game's tricks are
Funny.
insane.
Okay, so I think that's enough with the Game Awards. We get it. Last of Us Part 2.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
awards. That's the Game Awards. Next topic. This is we were gonna save this for the Spider-Man episode next week, but this is this is brand new. Like this is very fresh, off the plate. So we decided to talk about it today. More Spider-Verse news for MCU Spider-Man 3. Honestly, at this point, there is like everyone is coming back for this movie. Anyone who's played a popular superhero like character is coming back for this movie. Supposedly, there's been multiple confirmations, I quote, that Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Kirsten Dunst, they're all signed on, even though Emma Stone's also pregnant. They're all signed on right now. So apparently it's been confirmed that Andrew Garfield himself has been signed on. There's been no official confirmation from Sony themselves, but apparently that's confirmed. And they also said that Tobey Maguire is in talks of being signed in. Even if we don't get Toby, it's still crazy we're getting Andrew. That apparently he's signed on. So I'm just like,
Wait,
that man Jamie Foxx, Electro, was talking.
Oh yeah. The Jamie
Foxx
Foxx
as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
apparently the Charlie Cox one makes sense because
on the hunt.
Makes sense.
what happened at the end of the second movie.
Honestly, my theory is that Andrew and Toby will be at the very, very end of the movie, and it'll be like a lead off into a Spider-Verse movie. And the reason I think that is they already started shooting, right? So that means they started shooting before they were signed on. Like they had a backup plan, which makes me think they're at the very end as like a cameo into a lead into a Spider-Verse.
If they do that, bro, that's gonna be so like I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna like the movie because it's just gonna follow Tom Holland like the whole time, and I do not fuck with that boy. So
yeah, we'll get into that.
I rock with.
I think that's how they're gonna grab us. Is they're gonna be like, "Oh, you want to watch the movie, or you don't want to watch the movie? You're gonna watch the movie because we got the two previous Spider-Man coming back at the end of the movie."
There's one. But they at the end of the movie, nigga. You gonna come see it, bro?
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will return in the next.
All that for what?
For 5 minutes.
To be continued. Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
You know what would be crazy if they do? It would be crazy if they showed them at the end of this movie, right? And then for the Into the Spider-Verse 2022 movie, they have them in that movie, but they're like animated, So it's crazy they show them like live action here, and then the Into the Spider-Verse 2022 they have them but like animated form. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay, my only problem with all this is if Doc Ock's really returning, I really hope it's like the way they have it set up is to where Jamie Foxx isn't even playing the same Electro. He's just coming back to play a new version of Electro. So I hope they do the same thing with this Doc Ock, because if it's the same Doc Ock for Spider-Man 2, that would like completely ruin his last line, which is, "I don't want to die a monster," and he sacrificed himself. If he's a villain, all of a sudden, then...
But there you go. He won't die a monster because he didn't die at all, and he's back in the next Spider-Man movie.
I just hope it's new Octavius.
I don't think he'll start off as a villain. I think something's gonna set him off.
I mean,
I don't know if they're gonna take if they're gonna bring him and he's not like fighting them. Like I don't know what it is. We'll just see.
Yo, the way they ended Far From Home, I feel like they're gonna use that to like make it seem like there's multiple Spider-Man, and then it's gonna make it seem like Tom Holland isn't Spider-Man to everybody else at some point.
I mean, he isn't Spider-Man, so.
Dang. Hey, Tom, I rock with you, bro. You
gotta
exactly
save some of the stuff for next week.
It's not Tom Holland. It's not Tom Holland. It's just what they doing with him. I don't like
the way they wrote it.
John Watts.
Yeah, the way they writing his Peter Parker and Spider-Man is
don't vibe with it.
Nah,
we'll get into that
like
episode 3 for sure.
Next week's episode is gonna be a doozy for sure.
For
sure. Alfred Molina's coming back as Doc Ock. I mean, my problem with this whole bringing all these old actors back is like they're playing these new versions of the characters. You might as well just cast new people. I don't. If they're not gonna be playing the original versions, why are you gonna bring them back? Like, is that just pure fan service? And then it's just it kind of.
I think it's just
kind of weird.
It's a smart business.
It's like a cash grab.
It's a smart business.
It's like, oh, you loved them then, you'll love them now.
Especially in these new reprised roles, you'll be seeing them in a whole new light. Fathead, I'm about to bake their ass.
I think the only person I want to see return is Bruce Campbell as Mysterio. I love Bruce Campbell.
I really want to see Christian Bale as Batman in the movie. So
I was thinking my boy Scott Pilgrim should be in the movie. That's just me.
Honestly, they should have just stuck with Jamie Foxx coming back. I get that because he didn't get a proper chance in 2002, but Doc Ock was like everybody praises him. There was no reason to bring him back. Hard. So like, I get bringing. If it was just Jamie, I'd been fine. But yeah.
Speaking of Christian Bale's actually been casted in the upcoming projects from the Disney panel that came out yesterday.
I saw that nigga who he gonna be voice acting, bro. That nigga ugly.
So I have a list here of all the movies / projects, shows, whatever that are coming out tomorrow. Sorry, they're not coming out tomorrow. I lied. That are coming out in the future, near future.
Hold that boy.
So I'm gonna go down the list and we can talk about them short. And then at the end, if you guys want to talk more in depth about one of the topics, then we can do that. Okay. It's So this is the Disney panel. It's gonna be Marvel and Star Wars shows and stuff they released. So the first one we have, very exciting. I know you guys sitting down, right? Yes, that's what okay. Armor Wars.
Yes! Let's go! I'm excited for that one. No cap. I am excited for that one because they've been holding my boy War Machine for the longest. So now he get like his own little thing. I fucks with it.
We have Don Cheadle shooting useless random enemies for 12 episodes. Very excited.
That's iffy for me.
He's reprising his role as War Machine, and the plot of the show is he's pretty much going to be taking down people who are stealing and abusing Stark tech.
Yup.
I'm going to be working with
Mysterio in it. Vulture's in it.
Mysterio.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know how meaningful it's going to be of a show. I mean, I feel like Don Cheadle's a good actor and all, but his character, War Machine, like, honestly felt like a side character. So I don't know how it's going to just feel seeing him just like, all right, Jarvis, or Friday, let's shoot these guys. All right, we did it Friday. Like, are they going to have, like, more meaningful side characters? You can have like a love interest or something.
Maybe the person behind the Stark Tech abusing will be like a very cool villain or something.
Probably.
Yo, what's that actor's name who played Rhodey in like the first movie?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah, bro.
What happened to him?
What happened to Terrence, bro?
He what happened was
said, I want my money.
Oh yeah, I remember y'all told me he wanted more.
Sum it up. That's what happened.
Then Robert
was
Downey
getting
Jr.
paid a lot. Yeah, Robert was getting paid a lot, and Terrence was like, "Yo, I want to get my money now." And back at the time, I don't think he was that big of an actor back then. He blew up more with like Empire and stuff like that. But back then, he wasn't as big of an actor as Robert Downey Jr. was. Even though Robert, recently came off the whole rehab and all that from his drug addiction, and coming out of jail. But yeah, they were complaining that he wasn't getting enough money, and he's like, all right, whatever, I'm dropping out. Got replaced with Don Cheadle, and now Don Cheadle is probably richer than Terrence Howard is. So
it was better anyway because he got some serious allegations recently.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, if depending on how recent the allegations were, like the MCU as a whole is like kind of a flow right now for me. Like I don't think honestly they didn't have to make this War Machine show, so like at that point he would have got his money from Endgame and all that. He would have been fine. But so yeah, let me go to the next movie or project, I guess. The next project is Secret Invasion.
Delicious.
It's a show.
Don't know how that's
again.
I think
nom.
My thing with this one is like I would have been fine with this. It would have been really cool if this took place before Endgame, because now all of our heavy hitters like Iron Man and Captain America, they're all either dead or really old, about to die, and it's like who are they gonna replace now that is going to be meaningful? Like,
bro?
They replaced Captain Marvel with a scroll.
Bro, what are you talking about, dog?
Oh no, they replaced Shuri with a scroll. Ooh, like
what you mean, dog? They finna have Tom Holland, the next Iron Man, do all the work,
like,
all the heavy
bro.
lifting.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
so, I don't know, man.
I don't know how I feel about that one. Sure, I guess Secret Invasion. Yeah, let's see. Samuel Jackson's coming back for that one. It doesn't have a release date yet, so it'll come when it comes.
Is it a movie or a show?
It is a show, which is kind of weird. Most the theme of the releases that they announced most of them are all like Disney Plus series. They're all shows on Disney Plus.
I think they did it so they could get more people to subscribe to Disney Plus and make more money, and then use the movies to like boom that.
It's getting very scary. Like the whole thing with the HBO Max and now this. Like I don't want the future of directing and all that to just go straight to like online streaming services now. Like I still want that movie theater.
Well, that's why I wonder whether they're releasing it in movie theaters at the same time, so you have the option to stay safe.
Yeah, but like how long is it gonna be before they just say screw it, we're getting more money doing these streaming services, we're just gonna keep it that way?
I would never step foot in a movie theater.
I don't think it'll be that. I mean,
the problem is Warner Brothers.
We don't know.
Warner Brothers can't really make that move because most of the directors hate that streaming service. So if they're gonna lose their directors like Martin Scorsese and Christopher Nolan, who are not a fan of streaming services, then kind of screwed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like obviously not changing right now, but it's kind of a scary like foreshadowing of what could come in the future. Next project. I know you guys are excited for this one. You guys sitting down. Yeah, you guys sitting down. Cool. Iron Heart.
Yeah. Delicious.
Starring Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams.
I've never.
I don't know who she is. I have a picture. I'll put up my.
I'm gonna watch.
Pull up a little pic, little flick of the little shorty.
Pull up a
little flick.
This is her.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, body a little body.
She's a little boo thing.
Oh, she's like 12. Yo, chill out.
For real?
No, I'm kidding.
Listen,
bro,
viewers. This is not good for our younger viewers to see us thirsting over women. Okay, we are fine, respectable gentlemen. Okay,
not to lie.
They said she was a baddie. That's all. I'm respectful.
Respectfully,
Ironheart. I was never a huge fan of the character. I honestly think they did it way better with Miles Morales becoming Spider-Man. Like if they wanted to have a second colored person taking up a mantle of a previous non-colored person, I think Miles Morales did it better. Honestly, I think Miles' character is a lot more attractive, if you will. Like it's just I don't know. I can relate more with Miles' character, but Rhea Williams. She's cool. I've read like I think one or two of her comics before, but she's kind of just like Tony Stark without like the snarkiness, without the snarkiness kind of thing. It's just she's smart, makes the tech and stuff like that. There's nothing really crazy with her stories. But for Ironheart fans, I'm sure they like it. It's cool. We're getting more representation in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's cool.
Yes.
That's dope.
I'm with it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
definitely. support the
I have Disney
community
Plus.
for the culture.
If you have Disney Plus, you're getting your bang for your buck in the next year or two because there's definitely a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff for everyone.
Disney Plus.
Get it?
That's why you gotta get your own. All right. Next project. I gotta sit down for this one. Hold up. All right, there you go. I'm sad. Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special.
That actually sounds like
special.
Sounds like it's gonna be pretty funny.
I don't think this is the direct sequel to the second one because after Endgame and stuff, when Gamora is replaced with the 2014 version, I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah. I feel it's trying to be like the Star Wars holiday special, so it's gonna be like kind of goofy, kind of like comedic relief.
If it's like that,
all Marvel stuff is.
Yeah,
that's usually how the Guardians
coming.
Go, so.
Yeah, that's coming in 2022.
Damn.
Damn.
we won't be talking about that one for a while. Yeah. Next on the list, everyone's this is probably the one I'm most excited for, but I'm also very cautiously optimistic about Fantastic Four.
That's gonna be a series.
Wait, that's coming to Plus?
No, it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Okay,
it's gonna be a movie, but
they probably is gonna put it on Plus though.
I know we're not a fan of John Watts, but here's the thing: part of the Sony Marvel contract was to give him a mentor. So John Watts.
I was gonna mention that the director of the movie is John Watts, the director who directed Spider-Man: Homecoming and Spider-Man: Far From Home, and he had very strong opinions on those movies. And he is now directing Fantastic Four. So we're happy, we're optimistic about them finally coming back to the Marvel family, but we're also very cautious with the director who is directing this.
So did he write those movies and direct them?
No, he just directs.
He just directs it. Well, I don't blame that on him too much because, like, if you write it a certain way and I have to direct what you written, like, I get freedom, and liberty.
Like he's there while they're writing.
No, yeah, he has say in it.
He's the vision of the story.
Yeah, I know that the director's the vision. I'm saying even still, like, I'm not physically putting the pen to the paper. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like Loki is kind of
in some cases they can.
Yeah, if he has that much control, then yeah, that's his fault. I ain't gonna cut.
No, in some cases they can they can add certain parts to it. Like they have the dedicated writers who are writing it, but he will look over it after and be like, hey, I'm not feeling this. But at the end of the day, it's all up to the executive producer. Like that's the one who is like really.
I just don't think I don't understand Spider-Man at all.
The thing is, the part of the contract with Sony and Marvel was to give Spider-Man a mentor, so that wasn't really up to him. But because this is like he won't be working under Sony, like because Sony like controls the Spider-Man movie. So now that he's working under Kevin Feige, they'll be working together on this, which gives me a little hope because Kevin's pretty good at this kind of stuff. So I have somewhat faith that. It turned out well.
I'm cautiously optimistic about it, so we'll see how that goes. Like I'm excited, but I'm not gonna have my hopes like through the roof about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pull up the next one.
The last Fantastic Four had my boy in it, and it wasn't even all that.
You talking about the best one they released? Listen, honest, I saw the logo. The logo for Fantastic Four looks dope.
Yeah, the logo looks pretty fire.
This logo looks fucking cool. You can't see it.
I can see it.
That looks cool. Honestly, it gave me 2005 Tim Story Fantastic Four vibes. And I don't care what anyone says. The original Fantastic Four movies are good.
Yeah, the original.
Okay, amazing movies.
Silver Surfer, but the first one's pretty fire.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer one was a little off. That first one, though.
Even the second movie, like. Both of them were still way better than the 2015 movie.
So much studio interference, it's insane.
People,
I don't know why y'all hating on a 2015 one. So shut up.
I mean,
let's so basically, I'm gonna give you this one here. The 2015 movie is the Marvel Avengers of Fantastic Four.
Okay,
That's how
I'll
we
admit this
from that.
though.
Michael B. Jordan couldn't save that movie. I'm sorry, bro. Michael B. Jordan couldn't save that movie. The movie was there on arrival. He was good in it, with what he had, but he couldn't.
Michael B. Jordan played it.
Everyone has better actors though. Like the actors they chose are like fairly better actors.
In the 2015 one,
you can get into the
Yeah, like Michael B. Jordan.
I
I forgot the guy who
actors.
plays Reed, but he's in Whiplash. That movie is
Miles
amazing.
Teller.
They had a lot of promising actors in
that's
that
all
movie,
that.
and then like
Tough.
folded.
Yeah,
what if
no.
they took the actors from there and put them in the
We
previous
couldn't,
movie?
'cause
That would have been
I'd
live.
be totally fine with that.
I would be fine with that.
Crazy. That would have been
I'll be
crazy.
fine with that.
I want a fresh new start.
Michael B.
I'll be
Jordan
so
with
happy.
Tom
I want a
Holland
fresh new
Peter
start.
because they said they
I
wanted
wonder
to
how
make Peter and Johnny
people
Oh no,
feel like
no,
if
no,
they.
no.
I mean, I'm half sure they're gonna make Johnny White again, but like if they do it, I wonder how people are going to react.
See, the thing with these superhero movies and stuff is I completely understand wanting to have representation and stuff like that. This is a time where representation matters a lot. But to me, I never understood the point of changing a pre-existing character that had a certain race, changing their race to fit the social norm. If you want, make a brand new character, Miles Morales. From the minute he was created, he was African American, Puerto Rican male. That's cool. Look how popular he is now. Look how he's popping off. Everyone loves Miles. That's fine. You want a gay character, you want a transgender character. As long as you start them off like that, that's fine. But to change a pre-existing character just because you want to keep the notoriety and the clout from that original character, and then want to fit that with your, political, be politically correct, that kind of rubs you in the wrong way. Like there was no need to change his race. But again, I thought Michael B. Jordan did a good. Yeah, I thought Michael B. Jordan did a good job as Human Torch. It's just to me, there's no point in switching his race in the first place.
I kind of agree because if they changed, they couldn't do that. But if they changed Miles to another race and was just like, we don't want Miles to be black anymore, that'd be some nice.
That's a different story.
I was gonna say T'Challa, but that's literally impossible. So
if the character's background, is vital to their origin and their story, the race should not be changed. So, like, there's a little bit of leeway. Like, for example, in the new Batman movie, Gordon's going to be black. Again, there was no need to change his race. He was a white guy in the comics. There was no need to change his race, but he's black now.
In the Batman movie with
did you not see the Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Gordon. You're right. That's crazy.
My thing is, I don't really care if it doesn't change the character. Like, people were mad that they want to make Jason Todd Hispanic, and I was like, he's still gonna be Jason. Like, what's the point?
I like him, Barbara. No.
Ice Cream Barbara's gonna be bad though, bro.
That nigga said Hispanic.
But yeah, I agree. As long as it's not like if they need to be a certain race or something, I get it. But like somebody like, I guess Bruce Wayne you couldn't change because like I guess him having a rich family that's white leads back. I guess you have to stay white. People like Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, like what's the point? Like they're still the same person.
I don't care. I think like if you're trying to shove it in my face, it's kind of annoying. Yeah. But I think I think if it's not important to the character that they're white or whatever, then it's fine to switch. Especially if like the actor you choose is a really good actor. I don't care, just as long as the character's still like this.
I think also it's a little bit hard too because they don't make a lot of like they already don't have a lot. They're adding more now. They've been adding more over the years, but they didn't have a lot of superheroes or even like sub characters who were like of different races. So they're changing them in the movies to make you like that version of the character over the previous one, or at least make you be like, dang, he is kind of cool. And now that he's like my race or something that I can more like connect with, I feel like I rock with him more.
That's why I agree with them making new characters.
But think about it, like making a new
Spider-Man,
that would be kind of hard.
With Spider-Man, like you have a Spider-Man who is black now. Yeah. Like, now I can relate with Spider-Man. Like, yeah, he's not Peter Parker.
Spider-Man is easy though,
but he's still Miles Morales. So I'm fine with the race changing, but to me, when you have these super popular characters that you know very well. Like when you think about them, you have this certain image in your head, and now that image changes because they wanted to do something to, you know, have more representation, stuff like that. So that's why with Gordon it's fine because Gordon's a semi-big character, but he's not like a fan favorite. Not everyone's like, "Oh, I'm a huge Gordon fan." Read all the Gordon comics, you know. So changing his race is fine. But when you have these characters like Human Torch, where you've read like all the Fantastic Four comics, and you just have that image in your head of that person, and now they completely change it. It's just like, you know, it could rub.
I think Jeffrey Wright's a good enough actor though.
I agree.
It doesn't matter. Jeffrey Wright's very talented, so I'd be fine with it.
I think.
Yeah,
I feel like he'll still be like.
I think
Gordon, nothing would be like changed.
No, yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be good.
Like if they did Wallace West, like Wallace West is black in the comics, but no one like really cares for his character because they wrote him so like bland. Yeah. And then you put him on screen, you're still gonna be like, eh. So they have to make a character of that race, make their story likable for enough people to like, and then try to promote that story on like television or the big screen film. So that's a lot. That's a
Hollywood's scared. Hollywood's scared of making new stuff. Like they don't want to experiment with any new ideas. So all they do is they just take these old projects that prove to be fruitful in the past, and you know they're gonna keep like redoing them and like just keep changing it to keep, you know, making more money.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Tom and Jerry coming back, nigga.
Open the door, try some new stuff. You might get something you like.
Yeah. Next movie. Okay. I know I'm seated right now. I know you're all seated. I want you all to stand up and sit back down for this one. Okay. Stand up. Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantum Mania.
I like the
villain though. The villain though. All right. Cool. King the Conqueror.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm hyped.
Yeah. I like the first Ant-Man. The second one was okay. The first one was pretty good though. The second one was just like comic.
I think it was still. I think the first one was really good because it was directed by Edgar Wright. I mean, like halfway through they switched directors, but
he still got it.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be shrinking, growing, and comedy.
Yeah.
Shrinking, growing, and comedy. That's you know, you have Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. It's gonna be shrinking, growing, comedy. Kane the Conqueror is gonna be in it, which is interesting.
I mean, his daughter gonna be in it too. I think she's gonna be like
shrinking and growing and comedic relief. Yep, that's the Ant-Man movies. You know, Ant-Man and the Wasp was cool, but it was literally just the first movie with more comedy and stuff like that. So I assume the third movie is gonna be the more of the same. So you know, if you like shrinking, growing, and comedic relief, then I'm sure you'll like this third Ant-Man movie.
I wish they would add more depth to his character, like in the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers cartoon or whatever that was on Disney XD. He had more depth than he does in the MCU.
That's a different.
That was
Hank.
Yeah, that was different.
That's Hank. But like they tried to do that with Scott at the beginning. Like they were like, "Bro, I'm a thief. My daughter don't rock with me," and then they just like completely like glanced over it after that. Like it never, like it. He kind of solved it somewhat, and then after that, ever since then, it's been good. And then they used the rest as like comic relief. I feel like in some of their movies, the Marvel universe or like Marvel world or whatever was supposed to be. The reason they have the characters in like cities like New York and like stuff like that is because they wanted Stan Lee, when he was creating most of those characters, he wanted them to be more realistic. So I think they need to start taking like a little bit more realistic stuff. Like not everything's supposed to be a joke, bro. Like not every moment is supposed to be funny. Like I get it. People like it. It's cool. But like at times, bro, like turn it off. Like I want to see somebody actually go through some real human emotion besides like, bro, this is hilarious. Like, in the middle of a world crisis, like y'all shit is going universal now. Like y'all didn't fought freaking Thanos. Y'all done lost people. Like it should make them more serious. Like it should make the characters more realistic. Like, all right, bro, let me stop playing. I didn't felt some stuff before. I didn't went through something. Bro, it's regular human emotion. I feel like they forget about that just a little bit. Get caught up in the jokes.
So Ant-Man and Wasp came after Endgame? and it had like this. It followed up on Endgame.
I want to say.
No.
Wait,
He
what
asked if
happened?
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp came like literally like minutes, ended minutes before Endgame started.
No, it was Infinity War, because it was before Infinity War, because at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, we saw they got snapped. So it was like right at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like basically, while they're all
okay.
in Wakanda and stuff fighting, Ant-Man and the Wasp was taking place, and then at the end of the movie. So yeah, and obviously he came back. They came back for Endgame when the rat fucking turned on the thing, and he grew back.
When the rat.
When the rat turned on the timer,
did his job.
Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Who basically jump started the Endgame plot.
Stuart Little hopped in that mug.
Yo. Okay. Next project. I almost shed a tear when I saw this. I was so happy. Captain Marvel 2. Coming November 11th, 2022. Of course, this project has a release. November 11th, 2022, starring Brie Larson, the best actress in all of Hollywood.
I think that's the end of the podcast, right?
That's all we needed. Yeah, no, that's it.
That's all we needed to know.
That's the ending.
Oh my god, bro.
Listen,
that's the ending right there. No, yeah.
She's Scott Pilgrim, so I think.
Yes.
Yeah. If you actually turn behind Chris, you can see she's actually there on the poster. She is there on the. No, she's not.
She's somewhere there.
I love Brie Larson and Scott Pilgrim.
She was cool in Scott Pilgrim. So I don't know what time period is going to take place. Probably after. I assume this is probably going to tie in with Secret Invasion with the Skrulls and all that. So it might tie in with that show. Yeah. So I assume it's going to take place a couple of years after Endgame, most likely. So like 2025 or 6 or something. I don't know, because that's when Endgame took place.
I remember I went back home to watch her movie, and I watched it like by myself. Like I dead ass watched it by myself. I went to the movies because I went back to the Shaw. I went back to Chicago, and I didn't have nobody like out there that I could call. So I just went there and I watched it, and I was just like, bro, I wasted my money. It had just came out, and I knew it was attached to the other Marvel movies. So I was like, bro, I gotta see like what happens. I have to. Like I need to.
Yeah.
I watched it. Yeah. Not really. I couldn't finish it, bro.
I never watched it.
Next one is pretty. You haven't watched it?
No, I've never watched it.
It's not terrible. It's
I mean, like halfway, bro.
It was cool. Like it was cool what they did, but it wasn't like, you know.
I turned it off right when they scroll into the house.
What bothers me is everyone's just like,
I'm nuts, some shit like that.
What? So what bothers me about it is like, okay, this is our first female Avenger. Everyone enjoy Captain Marvel, like, whoa, you know, female empowerment. But then it was like, we literally have fucking Black Widow. And she's now still hasn't got her movie. She was the first female Avenger. Why is she not getting like her credit for being the first female Avenger? Because she was the first female Avenger. Like, why did she get her credit for being the first female Avenger?
That's Captain
Marvel. Well, technically, with the story they had in Captain Marvel, she takes place in the 80s. So it's like technically she was the first Avenger because she was the whole reason that freaking Nick Fury came up with the Avenger name, because the plane she piloted was
I feel that
Avenger. I'm just like,
but she didn't even join the team. She wasn't even rocking with the homies.
No, the whole time she's like, I'm too busy taking care of other planets, even though
rather than take care of my own planet.
Even though literally the guy who is threatening to destroy the whole universe is on that planet, but apparently there's more dire issues than the guy who's threatening to kill the entire
But I was so scared
go figure.
Endgame, was it Endgame? Yeah, I was so scared on Endgame that she was gonna like do so much damage. Like I thought she was gonna take over the movie just because of the way they had her in.
Look up,
Captain Marvel. Like I was like,
yeah, right.
Please,
Captain Marvel.
They did.
She ripped off Thanos' head single-handedly. Yeah, she destroyed the entire army by herself. Woo.
Then they had that whole woman empowerment part of that movie too, where her and all the others were doing. That was pretty live. I ain't gonna cap. I was like, ooh, they clean.
The problem I have with that scene It's like, again, I'm all for the female empowerment, but the way it was way too forced how they did it. Like, and I'm not saying having them all together was forced, but like you're on a battlefield, a really wide battlefield. How are coincidentally all of the females all were next to each other and decided to land conveniently all next to each other at the same time?
Nigga, I just saw you over there by Ant-Man. Nigga, where you come from?
Be careful about how we talk.
Slippery slope.
No, I'm not. Look, I said I'm all for female empowerment. I'm done. It's just the way that they set it up was way too forced. It would be cool if you had like Shuri was shooting, and then they cut to like you see like the Wasp over there fighting, that would be cool. And then you have what's her face, Captain Marvel doing some stuff, and you have Valkyrie coming. Like that's cool, but like the fact that they all were just like
shit, bro. When the camera was like up, it was looking down at everyone doing shit.
Yeah, like that would have been cool,
Boy,
I get where you're coming from. That's like a director take though,
or even okay. Or even if they really wanted, it could have been like "ladies on me," and all the ladies came out. But the fact that they all somehow were all near each other at the same time, coincidentally, kind of just like it doesn't even make sense.
She got some help.
Yeah. Again, it was cool. I just wish they executed it better. That's all I want to say about that.
I just
if they did it different, they could have split them up, had them all like in different places, and then just did the two closest people. To be honest.
Yeah. I just wish it didn't feel as for. I wish it was a little more fluid with how they did, a little more natural. That's the word. Next movie, a little controversial. Especially after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther 2.
Shit, nigga.
Yeah, I'm worried. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, Chadwick, he was, great actor. He did like so many projects while he was, sick with his colon cancer. So, I don't know how they're gonna do this. If I was Marvel, I wouldn't have made a second Black Panther. I assume they're gonna have Shuri because they stated that they're not gonna try and recast Chadwick Boseman. They're not gonna do that. So what I'm assuming is they're gonna have Shuri become Black Panther. To me, honestly, with me, I just feel like they should have just not made a second Black Panther movie.
They should have just chilled and been like, all right, we good.
Because I feel like they have to make a new story anyway. Because I don't know how much they knew about Chadwick's illness, so I don't know if they already were planning on having Shuri because they knew that Chadwick, was
I feel like if
not doing too well. So I don't know if they already
planning that already out or like at least foreshadowing that.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you foreshadowing? I don't know about the foreshadowing, but yeah, I feel like if they knew, again, I don't know how much they knew of his extent of his illness or if they even knew. But if they knew that, they would have to pre-plan that. Like, okay, we don't know how long Chadwick's unfortunately going to be with us, so we're going to have to see what we can do with the Shuri storyline.
I feel like they could have, if they, bro, they just left. They just left it alone. I was going to say they could have tried to use Michael B. Jordan as like an alternate reality of Chadwick after everything, but just leave it alone. I would have just left it
alone. No. Yeah. It'd be kind of weird. There people are saying like, oh, that Michael B. Jordan's character Killmonger could like come back from the dead or whatever and become Black Panther. But I'm just like, then that's kind of cheesy because it's like we literally saw him die. He had his whole like death scene at the end of Black Panther of him looking at the sunset and stuff. Like all that emotional stake is just gone because now he comes back to life and he's Black Panther. So the best route would be Shuri, I guess, but. I feel like they should have just ended it.
They could have even set it up to where,
but hey, watch
like they didn't have a freaking Black Panther and had because he was with old girl at the end of it, right? He was with that girl, Nakia. So he could have been having a son come along like later on or something, like in the future. Azari, that would have been pretty smart. That would have been cool because then they could have had Azari and Ironheart and been talking about the next Avengers. Just a little bit, like that would have been cool. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, what sucks is they could have had Storm be introduced, and she could have fell in love with T'Challa and all that, and then, but obviously, unfortunately, since he passed away, they can't do that anymore. It would have been cool, yeah. I know, they can't do that storyline anymore, unfortunately, but it would have been cool because the T'Challa and Aurora,
rest in peace,
Monroe,
Chadwick.
Oreo.
Rest in power.
Speaking of Chadwick, low key, he got an award for Entertainer of the Year for 2020. So that's good. By Entertainment Weekly.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
that's well deserved, man.
I mean, yeah, doing was it 3 or 4 films while having stage 3 or whatever, stage 3 or stage 4 colon cancer, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Honestly, that's and he did great on those movies. It wasn't even like it was subpar. Like, homie really was great. Yeah. He was goated on them movies too. Like, literally, so accurate.
All to it, yeah. Like, we never knew. Like, we watched Endgame and Infinity War. No one ever thought this dude, he's freaking sick. Like, no, we thought everything was fine. And then when I heard about it, when I just heard the news, I was like, what? Excuse me? Because I knew he wasn't he's only 43, 44, something like that. And I heard about it, I was like, what? How? Why? I didn't think it was an accident or something. I thought it was because of a natural illness. So I'm like, what? How he could have died of old age? It had to be something. And they explain it was the colon cancer. I'm like, what the fuck, man? He died. Yeah, he died 2020. This year fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro. Story to tell to your children.
Man.
Year of 2020.
Never thought.
But yeah.
Rough, man.
It's crazy. Next project. Christian Bale will be he'll be playing Gore the God Butcher in Thor Love and Thunder, which is coming out February 11th, 2022. Yeah, he kind of looks like what was the wizard guy from Infinity War? Was it Ebony Maw? No. I think it was Ebony Maw, right? That was the
wizard.
That was the wizard guy with the powers. Did Ebony Maw Squidward, and they had the
he
big
did good
guy,
in that role though. I ain't gonna cap. He's creepily weird. He's very sophisticated in his manner.
My bad.
Was seeing them. It was kind of cool seeing them have the wizard show off thing.
Yeah, lit. Doctor Strange went off. I can't wait for his movie.
Doctor Strange, yeah. Actually, that's the next project on the list. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's going to introduce America Chavez, which is also known as Miss America. So I'm pretty sure she's one of the first primarily Hispanic superheroes that they're going to be representing. She's part of the LGBT. She's part of the LGBTQ as well. So this right here is a perfect example of what we talked about earlier. This is a brand new character. She's representing the LGBTQ as long as the Latinx community, and you got it all right there. Perfect representation. Brand new character. They didn't have to change a pre-existing character. This right here is the perfect example of what they should do, and I'm actually excited for this. Actually, pretty curious to see what her character is going to be like in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Which this movie is also going to tie in with the Spider-Man 3 film, because I'm sure Doctor Strange is going to open up the multiverse. So that's how we're going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man coming into the movie. So again, they did it right with this one. I'm not really sure too much about Miss America's character. I was looking it up. Apparently she has superhuman strength, durability. She can fly. She has the power to kick open star-shaped holes in reality, allowing her and her teammates to travel through the multiverse and other realities.
Excuse me?
Yo.
What she can do?
Open
bro.
reality.
What she can do?
She can kick open star-shaped holes in reality, allowing her and her teammates to travel through the multiverse into other realities.
Do she has to literally kick to do it?
I don't know. That's all it says here.
That's crazy,
I
bro.
guess
you
kicking open.
And they're star shaped. They're not even like normal shape. They're
star. I mean, she's Miss America. She's Miss America. She's a star.
Like, man, I'm taking no damn hole. Fucking
kicking holes into
yeah. So, I'm trying to see how she got her powers. So she was raised by her mothers in the utopian parallel reality that is out of time and the present. So it's not even in this universe. Her parents are two females that were raised in a different reality, and it's just basically she got her powers from this alternate reality that's like magical and stuff like that. So that's how she's able to travel through time, and it makes sense since she's able to cross over the realities. I'm sure either she might start the multiverse traversal or Doctor Strange will. I guess maybe they
now
both have
say
something
that
to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
They might have something both to do with that. So that's cool. She also can move at light.
She can move at light speed. Delicious.
She can move at light speed, super strength. So she's basically the new god of the MCU.
Imagine she kicks somebody in the chest and just open a portal right on.
I swear I had that same thought in my head, but I didn't want to say it. I thought it was too crazy. I swear I had the same thought when he said the whole. I said, I wish he kicked somebody in their chest one day, bro. Oh my god.
So she's able to move at superhuman speeds, able to catch up and nearly exceed the speed of light as observed by Spectrum in her light form. Chavez has developed the ability to make an enemy burst into tiny star fragments with a punch.
That's all my.
She made Captain Marvel look weak.
So and what's great about it? What's great about it is after all of this. Every single thing she does has to have stars in it. So when she blows you up and decimates you into fucking pieces, you are little tiny stars.
Little send-off prize.
That's
Hey man, I might have died, but I went
single punch.
I went out with a whole star.
Yeah, now you are a bunch of stars on the ground. So you died.
I died a constellation. I'm happy.
In the moments of extreme duress, she has also been shown to project a large star that releases a powerful energy blast capable of injuring the likes of Captain Marvel.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna head out.
She's God.
Wait, what? What she can do?
She can, in extreme duress, she's been shown to project a large star, a very large star. Now, when they say star fragments, like I assume they're like actual like little shaped stars, not like actual stars in the universe don't look like that. So I assume they mean like actual shaped stars, and I guess she makes a big star that releases a powerful energy blast and can hurt the likes of Captain Marvel.
That's a lot.
Like Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
It's just Captain Marvel in general. This is their comic Wikipedia. This is not from. We haven't seen.
She gonna get nerfed.
Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
At least a little bit.
Let's see the next one. I Am Groot animated shorts.
Let's go, bro.
Animated shorts, can't get too crazy about it.
Next, She-Hulk, Tim Roth, who played Emil Blonsky, aka Abomination, from the 2008 Hulk movie. He's coming back for the She-Hulk movie.
It's just going to be a comedy about a tall green woman. But they're not going to take it seriously, apparently.
Nani?
Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Who's speaking right now?
Adam.
Okay, I just making sure, bro. That you.
Oh yeah, I was fixing this thing real quick.
Delicious.
I think this is their workaround for having Hulk have their own project because Universal Studios still owns the rights to Hulk, but I don't think they own the rights to She-Hulk. So they have the woman casted too. Let me look up her name.
I wonder if he's still gonna be Professor Hulk. If he's still Professor Hulk, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They have
Professor Hulk's more like funny than dangerous.
I want
Tatiana Maslany.
Mark Ruffalo's Hulk fight.
Yeah,
that abomination.
Yeah.
He's gonna get his ass whooped, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just hope that he's like.
I hope he goes off because he needs to be redeemed.
Nah, he's gonna be like, oh, stop hitting me, please.
After getting bodied by Thanos,
his arm is so messed up.
You're hurting me.
His arm was still fucked up from the snap.
Oh, he gonna rip that shit off.
Yeah, so I'm not really excited for that. I guess she's gonna be fighting him, so we'll see that. So that was the Marvel projects.
Yeah, probably.
Now we're moving on to the Star Wars project that they announced. Off of the hype and craze of the Mandalorian, they are making a Ahsoka series, starring Rosario Dawson. So she's having her own series. We're gonna be having more Jedi action.
I'm excited for that
show.
Like no cap, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, because you still haven't even seen the Mandalorian, so
I like it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you love it. Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic. I'm assuming it's gonna be like the X-wing fighters, like that guard, you know, like different sectors and stuff. I assume it's gonna be kind of like a buddy cop show, maybe with like Republic fighters. This is the juicy one right here. That would be cool. That'd be cool. But we have Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi with the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader.
I'm so excited to see it, man.
Very excited. We're gonna see my boy Ewan McGregor come back as Obi-Wan. Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader.
Doing nonsense Star Wars fan, I can see how it is really exciting because I already know how.
I mean, they were
guy is.
They were the stars of the prequels. So
that could be like exciting.
I'm excited for that. I love Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. I love Ewan McGregor.
Christian just appeared. He might get a saber. Watch. I want $5 if he go grab his saber. I want $5 from both of you.
Hey, I didn't say.
I didn't agree to this bet. So yeah, I didn't. Agree
He's like, nah. If he grab it, $5 just because he got it.
I feel like he
has it in his hand. I feel like he has it. Yeah, he has it in his hand right now.
He got it.
Instead of you just like, it's near his feet right now. It's near his feet. It's near his feet. So put your camera down to your feet right now, Chris.
What do you want to
move your camera down, bro? The lightsaber there, bro.
There's nothing here.
Everyone on the podcast wants to see your feet right now.
Yeah. That's delicious, man. I hope that he's so good, John. I can't wait.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right. It's somewhere around there. Don't worry. It's somewhere around there. He grabbed it.
I swear he's gonna get that shit, bro.
Khakis.
We're having a new Lando series, Lando Calrissian. They actually don't know who's going to be Donald Glover. It could either be Billy D. Williams or Donald Glover. They haven't confirmed which one of the two is going to be Lando, but Lando's getting his own series. Donald probably a little bit more expensive to get, but we don't know. It'll be kind of cool to see him. We have a new original series, Star Wars: The Acolyte. So this show takes place 200 years before the Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars movie. So this could be this takes place during the High Republic era.
Just give me the old Republic.
So this might be
what the hell y'all talking about?
This might be like, you know, where the Sith were like, you know, really crazy and stuff like that. This might be like the Old Republic kind of thing we're looking for. Excited for that one. So if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you're in for a treat. You're getting a bang for your buck. If you're not a Disney Plus subscriber, you probably will subscribe because they have a lot of shit coming out.
Yeah.
You honestly, you might as well just wait till 2022 though, because that's when most of this stuff is coming out. So hopefully, the pandemic has died
I
down.
don't know if it was like a game or like an animated movie or something, but in the Old Republic, they had this story about these two twins and they were like fighting, and then their dad was like telling them to do stuff. It was cool, man. I want to see that.
Yeah,
I want to see that so
Republic
bad.
game.
Yes, bro. I want to. Oh my!
Cinematics look really good. For that game.
Yeah, I want to see that so bad. Because
cool
one of them
game.
turns evil. I think he turns into a Sith. Like, oh my god, bro, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Everything you're speaking is so foreign.
You gotta watch.
Well, we're gonna get into Star Wars, but we'll speak a little bit less foreign. Adam, you can take this away since you're the resident Batman fan here, and you put this topic, so you can take this away with. I'm gonna grab something to eat while you're doing that.
I don't even know where to start. Okay, the Batman 2022, Matt Reeves. This is like it started 2016 with the Ben Affleck movie that they were gonna make a DCU, and then obviously, Ben Affleck got really deep into alcohol, and he dropped the Batman role because it was like messing him up. So then they let Matt Reeves basically do whatever he want, and Matt Reeves said he always wanted to do young Batman, so they let him do that, and now they got Robert Pattinson actor.
Delicious.
Noir detective story. Riddler's going to be like a murderer, and they're inspiring him off the Zodiac killer to make him creepy and not like nerdy. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Like he leaves. It's at a riddle. He's like, what's the word? The symbols. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Symbolism.
No, like there's like he's leaving codes at the crime scenes instead of actual riddles, and you have to solve them.
That's still kind of like a riddle, but I get you.
Something. Yeah, it's like a riddle, but you like
a cryptic code.
Cryptic message, cryptic code.
Cryptic
He's
message.
like leaving those, so you have to solve it. Like it's gonna have Greek letters.
Delicious. I'm
really high for that.
Yeah.
It brings up Jeffrey Wright from earlier. I think he's gonna play a really good Gordon. I wasn't familiar with him. I watched. He's in this HBO show.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called. You know what it is?
I don't know what HBO show.
I think I saw him in
HBO show he's in.
I think it's Ready Player
was
One.
he in there?
And that's when I saw him. I think he was in
Ready Player One was pretty good. All the actors in there were pretty solid. No cap. I like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when they casted Robert Pattinson, oh my god,
it's such an interesting choice. Like nobody like saw it coming, but he's pretty talented.
Yeah, the only stuff that I had saw from him was what's it called? Was freaking Twilight, and I was like, okay, he played a dark character in there, but it's Twilight, like it's so dramatic. And then I had saw, what's that movie? It's a movie on Netflix he's in. Bro.
Oh, Good Time?
Huh?
Good Time?
Nah.
Was it the Lighthouse or something like that? I forget.
No, Lighthouse is on Netflix.
It's a movie though. I would say what it's about. Okay, like he plays a dark character in there, like who's going like through depression and stuff. And he went hard. He went hard, bro. Like I really liked the way he played it, and then I was like, yo, I could see him as Batman after
when I heard he got casted, I think I was in a party with some of our friends, and they were very doubtful. They were like, I don't know, I don't see him. He's kind of like this Twilight guy, and everybody's like, okay, guys, before you hate, watch Good Time. Watch Good Time. I was like, what's Good Time? I think the same guys who made Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler played a serious role, so that goofy one. Anyway, I watched Good Time. To sum it down really quickly, it's like he's trying to break his disabled brother out of a mental hospital. He's from Queens, and he has like a New York accent, and he does it very well, like a very aggressive role. So okay, this guy's a good actor. So I was like looking very. And then I was saw in the trailer, his Batman voice is pretty neat. So I don't say too long.
His Batman voice, that trailer when they drop.
I'm just really happy to expect it.
Bro, that nigga killed that dude, bro.
Trailer, I was like, he goes.
I think the biggest hype around this movie is now it's confirmed there's a Superman out there. there was like some guy spotted. He was like in a Halloween costume. Everybody thought Superman's probably a fictional character in this universe because it's so realistic.
I saw that too.
But somebody snagged the picture of one of the newspapers on set. Turns out Superman's for real. Like Superman saved a bus full of kids from Gotham who were going to Metropolis, and it's in one of the newspapers.
Oh yeah,
it's always a bus full of kids.
For real.
It's always a bus.
There's so Matt Reeves put newspapers
it's all over set the bus
to like fit the environment, and one of the newspapers says Superman saved a bus full of kids from Gotham who were going to Metropolis. So Superman exists, like he's in the universe. He's doing something.
Where's Flash?
Everybody thinks this little electricity symbol spot on set is Wally West's Flash logo. I was like, bro, if it's Wally, that'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, they're obviously taking a different leap. Like Bruce Wayne is not like a playboy. Like he looks very, like he's like addicted to Batman. He looks very unsettled as Bruce, like depressed and stuff. Looks dirty. You can tell he doesn't care about being Bruce, which is like I guess they'll take Batman as a drug type of thing for him, like a relief. I'm really excited for it. Looks good.
That clip from the trailer where he was standing in the street and he just was like, bro, he looked so intimidating that he, like his hair was mad long. And he was just like, he looks like psychopathic right now. Like I do not want to rock with homie.
I think people are like he has a baby face, but like his Bruce Wayne face, like he looks so stern. Like he looks like, this is like he looks like he could really beat the crap out of you.
Who are you supposed to be, bro? I would have did. I'd be like, bro, you asking this dude?
Oh man, that scene, bro.
The extras in that scene were so good. You saw how shook they looked when he took him down. They genuinely looked scared. They were like, bro.
He probably really beat that actor up. Like when the deleted scenes come out, bro, they probably gonna be like, yeah, he broke that man's nose by mistake.
He hit that nigga by accident. That's what happened.
Yeah, he hit him by accident.
He hit that nigga by accident.
Not even by accident. He probably did it on purpose. Got too lost in the character.
After he was like, it was part of the scene. This guy's bleeding.
He said, "I was too deep into character. My bad." Bro.
I hope it beats The Dark Knight. I really hope.
Speaking of getting punched to death, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul.
Oh my god! Logan Paul knocks out a person who can't box and thinks this man is a professional, goated person. This man is undefeated.
Floyd has never lost a professional match. Logan does not stand a chance.
You knock out somebody who's never been. You knocked out an untrained fighter, and you think you code.
I'm just happy to see Logan die in the.
Oh god, bro!
I'm happy to see him get punched in the face multiple times, getting knocked out. So
his brother's on a rampage on Twitter. His brother wants to box Joe Biden, Donald Trump now. Jake Paul.
Oh my god, yes. A young man wants to fight freaking people that are almost 80 years old. Smart. Floyd has never lost a professional boxing match, so it's over basically. No, he's dead. There's literally no way. Like Logan could do all the training he wants in this next upcoming months. There's no way he's gonna beat fucking Mayweather.
I think he doesn't understand how fast that man's hands are.
I don't think he understands how screwed he is.
Literally, and the way Floyd fights, he fights so untouchable. Like he literally slips and waits to react to what you do. He studies you as he's fighting you, and then he just rocks you, bro.
He's very defensive. That's what's whole thing.
Really gonna die in the ring.
It's gonna be a very undramatic fight. It's gonna be over before it starts. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we should move on. That's basically over. CCXP 2020. Did you guys watch it? It's a WB panel.
What is that? So, I honestly don't know what that is.
Okay, you remember the DC panel, right, Rio?
Yeah.
Okay, so WB has this Brazilian panel every year. But, it has an English section, and that's where, DC movies are usually announced. Last year, Matt Reeves came and said, "Don't worry, guys, we're gonna be there next year with Batman." But I guess since COVID stopped shooting, he didn't show up. So neither did Zack Snyder. So it was it was the biggest letdown panel for sure. Like they reused panels from the DC one because they didn't have anything to do. James Gunn came with Suicide Squad. He couldn't show anything new, so all he did was like he showed us 2 photos and he said, "Editing is almost done to the movie," and then he left. It was a huge letdown. Nothing happened.
Oh my god, bro.
I mean, Pedro was there.
Yeah,
The guy who plays Mandalorian, and he's the main villain in Wonder Woman. He like did a Q&A. That was it. It's very big. Like everything else was like Brazilian movies, I believe, or like Latin movies. Nothing really big came out of that for us personally.
Right.
But yeah, there's.
It's not a very big year for DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC. Well, once Snyder Cut comes out, and then eventually the Batman. Yeah. Right now, it's looking like people are saying that they think DC's gonna make a comeback in movies, but Marvel's gonna have them in shows. Because.
I mean, it's so easy for them to come back because like Marvel's done. Like, yeah, they're come. It's not even coming back. It's just like they're coming finally.
Yeah, right.
Like,
They took long enough to get their shit in order.
Speaking of letdowns, Kid Cudi's album. Did you guys listen to it?
Damn.
I was trying to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
very,
cold, Adam. That's
Whoa.
cold.
I did not like it personally.
I haven't listened to it.
I was gonna listen
yet.
to it. Me neither.
I started on.
I'm right now
Yeah.
listening to all. I'm on the second album,
Mhm.
Second Man on the Moon. I'm almost done with it, and then I'm gonna listen to the Man on the Moon 3.
The problem is, I'm a huge fan of Kid Cudi's old music. Like I really like Man on the Moon 1. I personally think back when he was. I'm really happy he's healthy, but when he was a stoner, his music was absolutely crazy. He was really good music. I still liked Man on the Moon too, but I was not feeling this one at all. I was not like. It just
Not
doesn't
a
fit,
single
period.
song on that album.
No, there was like 2 or 3 good songs, but the whole album in general, I was listening to it earlier, and the feeling of this month, it's like it's a very wintry feeling, like Christmas coming around. Doesn't feel like it matches up with this month. Like it's just like a summer album for some reason, like end the summer.
You think he
It's probably
misplaced
written
it?
during.
You think he should have dropped it later on in the year?
Yeah, probably would have been better.
Mhm.
Like a spring album would have been fine. It just doesn't fit this month. I think he should release it like the music correlates with the feeling.
I get you.
I was gonna listen to it
Childish
earlier,
feelings.
but some stuff came out, so I'm like, I'll probably listen to it later tonight.
I
Not
mean,
childish,
I know our friend Lakai likes it, so I mean, people like it, but I'm not a huge fan.
Chin.
Yes.
Yeah, in the words of Lakai, he said it's gas.
Freaking
People are praising it. They say it's the album of the year, but I'm not feeling it.
My homegirl said it was like 5.
Yeah, I'm not really into
So
it.
What?
Yeah,
Album
the
of
people
the
were
year?
saying it beats the Weeknd's album, and I was like, I don't
Somebody
know
said
about
that?
that.
the Weeknd's album wasn't even that
Yeah,
good.
the
though.
Weeknd's
Weeknd's
album
album wasn't
crazy.
that cool.
This
It was
wasn't that
decent.
cool.
She was butt. So.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the album personally. I wasn't feeling the vibe.
You know who made a winter?
Shit, I'm tripping. Yeah, the last Weekend album wasn't all that.
Wasn't After Hours, right?
Freaking.
I agree.
If you want to listen to like a winter album, I don't know about all the songs on there, but Chance made a winter album, and he got a couple good songs on there.
I'll check
I
that
think
out.
it was an album.
I do like
Chance,
Chance
bro.
has some.
Chance fell off, bro. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, some of the music he be making now is kind of like, I think it's because he tries to incorporate like a bunch of other artists into his music instead of like just doing it by himself. I think when he did it by himself back in the day, it was like valid. And plus, he had Vic Mensa and stuff with him. Vic Mensa, he ain't as crazy good as Childish, but he was decent in a couple of songs. I love like Acid Rain. That joint go crazy.
Yeah.
But you want to go to the next?
Yeah.
I know you got a bone to pick with Oscar Isaac.
I don't have a bone to pick Oscar Isaac. I think Oscar Isaac is a pretty good actor. Oscar Isaac has been casted as Solid Snake, or I guess just Snake. They don't say which version of Snake it is. He's been cast as Snake in the new Metal Gear Solid movie. this guy's been getting casted in a lot of movies. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. He's Moon Knight now in the Moon Knight series on Disney Plus, and he's Metal Gear Solid. I feel like this guy might be the Troy Baker of Marvel films now. He's gonna be in like everything, or just like
I
pop
agree.
culture related stuff.
Very action based.
I think he's doing that on purpose. That's a good move on his part.
Yeah, no,
for all of those roles.
No, he's thriving right now. You know,
dude, he was almost Batman too. And Robert, and the guy who played Beast in the X-Men movies were in top 5 candidates, I believe.
Wait, what guy? Which one? The one?
What?
The X-Men movies or the one?
Really?
He's Hispanic?
Hell no.
He came close. He was top 2, but Robert beat him.
He was top 2?
Oh.
Yeah. He was.
I never knew that.
His accent,
yeah. That
looks very Bruce to me.
He doesn't. He looks too nerdy to me.
I'm very glad Robert got it.
Well, I mean, he wore glasses.
I think it's really cool, though.
Glasses.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool because Oscar Isaac is Latino, so it's really cool seeing a Latino actor, getting all these roles and stuff.
Guatemala?
Feel that?
Guatemala? I think he's from Guatemala. Yeah. That sounds about right. I'm pretty sure he's Guatemalan. That's cool.
But I thought when I was
Jewish. Well, I mean,
no. He's he's Guatemalan.
No, he's talking about Moon Knight.
Oh, Moon Knight. I mean,
Moon Knight's not really
anything. Fair enough.
He's like 10 people, so.
Moon Knight.
I mean, I think one of his personalities is. I think Mark Spector, his main personality, is Jewish. But I don't think it matters.
Play that role though. He's gonna have to play basically multiple.
He's gonna go. I was gonna say Shia would be really good for that, but he's facing crazy allegations right now, dude. Shia's in some deep stuff, and he admitted to it. He admitted to it. But
every actor is nowadays.
I did those.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf abused his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, because he's very.
Yes, as Moon Knight, he abused his ex-girlfriend. No,
in a Moon Knight costume. Later on,
no, yeah, he has a lot of allegations about abusing his ex-girlfriend. So, pretty.
That's Oscar, though. I'm really happy.
Serious stuff there.
He was in Uptown Chicago.
You in the Chicago? Get out of here. Anyway,
3 baby.
Speaking of Chicago, CW Superman has nothing to do with Chicago. CW Superman, they showed his new suit for the Lois, Clark and Lois show, whatever it's called. Looks cool. They added some padding, clearly, because he's nowhere near that big.
Yeah.
Not excited for the show. Yeah, that's it.
I like Superman, but I don't really
like it.
His suit's pretty fire, though.
See, you can pull a picture.
I think the wrists are so loose, though. That's my only complaint. But the suit's pretty good.
I could pull a picture up.
I wish he his hair too. He has a weird hair situation with Superman.
Man, he did so good on Teen Wolf as Derek Hale, but I just feel like.
Oh my god, bro! That
everybody's watching Teen Wolf.
Boy, don't get me started, bro.
I watched the original classic Teen Wolf movie with Michael J. Fox, which is the best Teen Wolf. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
With Dylan O'Brien.
The Teen Wolf with what's the dude who plays Silas? The actor who what's his name? Styles.
Silas.
Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah, he's a good actor. They had good actors in there.
He's my favorite character in that.
Yeah,
he go hard.
Try to pull this picture of this suit.
I know he was almost Peter Parker too for them season.
Honestly, I wouldn't even been mad if he was.
Yeah.
No. He's talented.
Damn it, man!
What, bro? What happened?
I'm trying to pull up the picture.
A little baby Tom, bro.
He really wanted it.
Fucking 5'2", still built like a 12-year-old.
Imagine Tom Holland just listened to this podcast and just started crying.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean for the Tom Holland.
I love Tom himself. I think he's a very nice person. But he can't play adult Spider-Man, and Spider-Man eventually needs to grow up.
He needs to be.
I wonder what they are.
I agree with that.
That's what he needs to be.
That's fair.
I think he would have been a good Spider-Man voice actor.
Shark.
Yeah,
so this is the suit.
Oh my god.
It's cool. It's a cool suit, I guess. Like the logo, the texture looks cool.
Delicious.
The belts. I think the belt's little weird.
Yeah, I like that. I like the suit. It's pretty tough.
The wrists are loose for no reason.
They were like,
that's what I'm saying, because you could tell like there's a lot of padding here. Like this is muscle suit right here. That's why all those muscles like pushing off his.
I know you're not a fan of
like you can tell like this is all muscle, so you can tell that's why there's so much space here, because it's kind of like he's inflated kind of thing.
I know you're not a fan of his face for Superman, but I like his acting for Superman and his look. It's just the hair. He needs to have the curl or something.
I mean, when you have Brandon Ruth, who like looks just like Superman, I mean,
I don't mind.
It's kind of hard to see this guy as Superman.
I don't mind him.
I don't mind him too much.
Not my Superman.
I know the
Not my.
That nigga, he just looked like a
yeah, a little bit.
I know. In Teen Wolf, he was bigger. Like he looked kind of swole in Teen Wolf. That man was.
That
swole.
nigga was swole.
That shit was crazy.
He was swole.
I don't know, but
he was swole.
Hey, Cyberpunk came out. I know you played it, Louis. How that be?
What do you think about it?
Yeah, he live streamed it. Yeah.
Let me drink my apple juice real quick. I played about, I want to say 2 hours of the game, almost 3. It's pretty buggy. A lot of people have been saying it's buggy, and I definitely see the bugs. I have the PS5, but they only have the PS4 version. It's the PS4 Pro version, so it's like the most enhanced version of the game. Not like the PS5 version, because the loading screens are still long like a PS4 would have. It's just overall pretty glitchy. There's like some people floating sometimes. It's kind of creepy.
I saw
the first person is definitely a turn off.
For me, I don't mind it. I actually sort of enjoy it because it makes it more immersive. Like it's like, wow, I'm in this like futuristic world. I understand because we have all that customization abilities for it to be first person. I mean, there's a lot of times you can like look in mirrors and stuff and see yourself, and see your character, but it's like
customization option, you know.
Yeah. But it's really what the customization is gonna affect is your relationships and stuff with people in the game. So like when you have like sex with a certain character, like if you look butt ugly and you have a tiny penis, you know,
what? That's a thing.
That's a thing. Yeah, your appearance is gonna affect your appearance is gonna affect your relations.
Your relationship status.
Hell no. No one actually.
So far, I'm like still at the like really early on in the game. I don't know how long the game is.
I could still buy it, man.
I'm gonna wait, honestly.
I'm wait till online.
Online's gonna be a while. They said for a single player experience, the story's cool. It's a really interesting concept. It's kind of like, you know, it's like a social commentary thing, honestly, because it's like it kind of showing us like what could happen to us in, you know, what are 20, 30 years, whatever, when like everything is futuristic and everything's like techy and stuff like that. A lot of social commentary. Like I was reading, there was like a little notes in the game and like different places you visit, and they were talking about like privatized healthcare and how like it's a joke and how, you know, people are dying because they can't afford all this expensive healthcare kind of thing. So it's definitely like commentating on like real world issues and you know what could happen if like we had these cybernetics and stuff that can prolong the natural lifespan. There was one thing they were talking about. It was like there's this technology where if you have like a dying relative, you could upload their consciousness of that relative onto a chip and then like implant the chip in your brain, and you can like hear them, like they can talk to you and you see like images of them. It was really fucking creepy. That's a thing. But you know,
that's very lore though. They really did that well.
The thing about that is though, that's so weird because I feel like uploading someone's consciousness is really just data on their personality. I feel like it's not really.
The way they explain it, like it wasn't actually their consciousness, because in reality, the human brain is a computer. It's a super crazy computer. But the way they explained it was like it's kind of like you're just uploading their personality, and you can hear them, that they're always with you. That was the thing, is they're always with you kind of thing. I'm just like, that's so creepy. And of course they explained how it's only going to be for like the wealthy and the rich. So like, most people can't afford it. That's the biggest thing about this game, is it talks a lot about, social economic classes and how like the rich are, basically destroying the rest of the society and stuff like that. All the rich are getting the new fancy, the cybernetics and stuff like that. And then all the poor people get like the shitty tech. You can get 3 different factions in the game. It's like a nomad, so you're like in the freaking in like the outer like desert land kind of stuff. You have the street kids, so you're kind of like you're a gang, you're a gang member. You're doing like different like hits, different jobs. Sure. That's the one I picked. I picked the street kid. So like you're in the city and stuff like that, doing like different jobs and stuff like that, trying to hustle. And then you have the corpo, I think it's called, where you're kind of like a corporate businessman. It's probably a lot of hacking and stuff. You're like under the radar, like stealing like weaponizable information and stuff like that. So
that sounds really good. I'm gonna have to.
I don't know if there's like 3 completely different stories. I don't know how that is. If they're just 3 different stories, 'cause that's a lot of content. If they're like prolonged stories for 3 different. So that's pretty cool. I picked the middle one. If I enjoy the campaign, maybe I'll try out the other 2. I don't know how long they're gonna be. I don't want to be. I guess there's a lot of replay value, but. But that's like 3 games almost right there. Like
90 hours.
Like 3 games.
Yeah.
3 different stories you get to go through. So that's kind of interesting.
Pretty dope.
So I'm gonna keep playing it after this podcast. I'm probably gonna play a little bit.
I'm just gonna deal with the first person entry. That sounds really good.
Yeah. So yeah, Cyberpunk so far a little glitchy. Hopefully they fix it. Hopefully we get multiplayer soon.
So is it? You think it's gonna go down? Like
no. Nothing could beat the massive disappointment Avengers. Because it's glitchy, but at least it's still playable. I heard a lot of people were complaining that Cyberpunk didn't work on their PS4s. So I don't know. Like I said, I have the PS5, so I don't know the difference, because it still runs like a PS4 game. Like I said, the loading screens aren't like as quick as native PS5 games, but I don't know exactly how that differential works. So yeah, Cyberpunk. You guys should get it whenever you can.
I'll try it out.
Next topic
later though.
Is the last topic of the night. You want to take this away, Nike?
Oh yeah. So for anybody who likes sports, LeBron James will be a free agent in the NBA the same year as his son graduates high school. So people are speculating that they'll be in the NBA together, possibly on the same team. And LeBron made a tweet about it, low key. Yeah, he made a tweet about it too. I forgot what exactly he said, but he was like, I think he was like, the best part is that's what he said. Actually, he said that he was like, the best part is when my son graduates, I'll be a free agent. So he's so I think they're gonna play together, bro. Imagine like, growing up playing a sport, and you get to play with your dad.
Bronny's apparently like top 5 high school players in the country. So he's basically like, he could be on the road for being almost as good as his dad, or just as good or better. So if he goes under his wing immediately, dude, he's set.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's really cool. It would suck if like, your dad was LeBron James and you had like no athletic ability at all. just imagine like your dad's LeBron James and you were just ass at basketball. So I'm happy like he's like a really good player, and like that's honestly really surreal experience. Imagine like graduating high school and able to go fucking play in the NBA with your dad. That's crazy. That's pretty cool.
Ronnie's blowing up everywhere. Like teenage girls are thirsting all over him on Twitter. And getting the
LeBron James Jr.
That makes sense though, man. That's good for him that he got to live up to that name. I know that's super stressful too, the amount of like strain, mental and like physical strain to be like that. You always have someone over your shoulder like, bro, let's play basketball right now. I play a pickup game. You might be LeBron's son, but you ain't LeBron.
Like, you ain't LeBron.
Yeah.
Black dude, like, I will fold you, bro. People are so extra sometimes. We be on each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I feel happy for the dude. That's what's up. They're gonna be a family of athletes.
That's dope. Proud of him.
Facts.
All right. Well, I think we ran a little bit over time today. That's fine. We had a lot of topics to go over today.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank you all for coming out and watching this podcast. Thank you all again, everyone. Stay safe. Stay good. Catch y'all next Saturday for the next podcast.
Knew it.
He pulled out the lightsaber.
He pulled the lightsaber. Yeah, the lightsaber.
I knew it, yo.
Light it up.
I
Light
knew
it
it.
up. Turn it on.
I don't have the thing.
You
want to do it? I can put it in.
Nah, it's like next week. Yeah, wait for next week now.
Next week, I'll start up.
Next week. All right, everyone.
All right,
We'll catch y'all
everybody.
later.
Peace.
We're getting that.
All right, see y'all next week.